Psalm 33:7 says that God heaps up the waters in the ocean. Okay, so if God is heaping up the waters, then we don't have to worry about them flooding us. 3 different places in the scriptures, Job, Jeremiah, and Solomon, all of them tell us that there is a boundary established. But the scientists keep telling us that the world's going to flood because of global warming. This is just absolutely not true. I mentioned to you previous that in altimetry, as the satellite is flying by and it's beaming down radar to the Earth, etc., that they are having to average, and multiply it times an average, and that's why you can't trust their precise figures. In feet, great; inches, absolutely not. This being the case, I want to read to you from the Radar Acquisition Data System, which is basically an algorithm that chooses from different variables and just kind of gives you maybe the best piece of data. It's really confusing. Okay, let me just read this to you. All right, so this is from the RADS manual. Variables come in flavors. Variables, why don't you call them elements or measurements or pieces of information? Just the fact that you call them variables already kind of sounds sketchy. But then when you say they come in flavors, you can, if this flavor, if you don't like it and you prefer that flavor, if that's better for whatever chart you're making, you can choose that flavor. I don't care for that. Out of the RADS manual, pick the best available correction. I don't want available corrections. I want evidence. I want measurements. And I definitely don't want something that's been corrected. Give me the original, because isn't the original more correct than the correction? What are you having to correct? What is wrong? From the RADS manual, there's a default range. Okay, in this default range, NaN, N-A-N, is the return value when it exceeds the range. So as they're measuring, some of these things are just so far out of range that it's given a 0 value. And here's the reason. If you gave it its real value and how far out of range it would really start skewing with the averages. And there are certain averages that they need, so they have to set parameters. And that's why they don't get the outliers in there, because that would really start messing things up. From the RADS manual, leap seconds may result in duplication of measurement times. If this is precise stuff, someone needs to work out these duplicate times, but you'll find that this stuff that they're trying to do is so precise and so hard that you can't get around the duplication of times. When it comes to orbital altitude in the RADS manual, this was mentioned. Numerous solutions exist. Well, if we're talking about truth, if we're talking about exact measurement, there should only be one measurement, not numerous solutions to this. Even when they have been long replaced by more accurate solutions. Well, if you have a more accurate solution, that means the last solution wasn't a solution. I think you see where I'm going with that. In the sea level anomaly section, it says SLA in RADS is always computed on the fly. That sounds really scientific. And then if you do such and such, you give up the opportunity to edit the results themselves. What? You want to edit what? Why don't you just want to get the results and share those? I want you to understand, if you ever took a look at the RADS manual yourself, you would not find scientific wording, but a lot of opinion and a lot of this and a lot of average that and a lot of hokey pokey here and hanky panky there. And the reason being is because the complication of measuring the possible rise of the ocean is so complex, as Jordan Peterson has already said, you just simply can't do it.